We scored one more point than they did. Got the victory, and that's the ultimate goal in what we do, is to score more than they did, and we got that accomplished. I think our guys, when the game was on the line, played their best, and that was needed, but yet good to see. The last three series, we were 3 and out, and then 4 and out to win the game, and when they had to get it accomplished, they did. We had some strange things that took place in the game, in that our first down efficiency as a defensive unit was as good as it's been. As far as allowing 3 yards or less on first down, we hit it 60%, and that's a high number to hit. We held them to under 3.5 yards a rush, which is what you'd like to do in stopping the run. We tackled well. We had only 8 missed tackles on the day. We played smart. We only had 4 busts. We played hard. Our strain to finish level was high. So why so many points then, and why didn't it feel like you played good defense? Well, 45 yards in penalties on the first 2 touchdown drives. We had an opportunity to be 3rd and 18 on the first drive and end a drive without a touchdown. We had an opportunity to be 3rd and 13 on the second drive and end a drive and be off the field without any points. So you can't give up those kinds of penalty yards and expect to be successful. The other major thing would be giving up too many balls in the secondary. We got beat at multiple spots. We got beat in multiple techniques. We got beat in zone. We got beat in man. At the end of the game, same balls that we were getting beat on, we were making plays on. And that's what we got to get back to, making sure we're doing at a consistent level in order to have a chance to compete in this ball game.
How much is the depth, Coley and Tut not being out there, how much does that maybe hurt a little bit?
It hurts. Not having DeAndre has certainly hurt us in the last couple of weeks. He was really practicing well going into that game when he went down, and we're anxious to have him back this week. I think we will have him back. I don't know if he'll be full strength, but we'll have him back. He gives us production. He gives us a fresh body, which makes Josh better condition for an entire game when it comes to that. And having Brito back, also gives us a chance to spell Henry and Cam both, and instead of Chevin having to work both sides. So not only having those guys on the game field, but having them on the practice field will be a benefit to us this week.
Got a lot of guys on defense from the state of Louisiana who are key guys for you. Just how big a deal do you think it is for them to go back home and play their home state?
I think it's a really big deal, and we're certainly glad to have all those guys on our roster, and they're fun to coach. They love to play the game of football. It shows on a daily and weekly basis. This game is extremely important to them, and playing for the boot is something that they look forward to, and the preparation needs to be good to give them an opportunity to get that back home, and I don't have any doubt that it will be.
The Matt Canada offense has all the motions and the sweep stuff and all that, but it looks like they really went downfield a little more last. What do you make of that wrinkle and the fact that they might do it again this week? Well,
I don't think there's any doubt that they'll do it again this week, but I also know that we have to be able to stop the north and south run piece of it, but before they have to do that to expand what it is they're doing. I think last week's game, Alabama took away a good bit of the run portion of it and forced them into some of those throws. And when they went to those throws, they had success. And you're talking about 6'6" and 6'6" and 6'4", and I mean these are big, good-looking receivers that can get it and they can make plays. And we're going to be challenged. Obviously, we're going to be challenged as a secondary after some of the throws we've given up in the past 2 ball games.
About guys last year, he had a big game. He was banged up earlier, but it looks like he's back healthy again. What do you expect?
I think he's a tremendous back, and I shared with you a week ago, I think it was, who I thought were the best backs that we've faced thus far, and he's right there at the top of the list, and I say that based on exactly what we saw last year. He's a really good football player, and so is 28. Maybe as good of a 1-2 punch as the Alabama backs or the Auburn backs, and we'll be challenged by that.
What makes guys really up there?
Combination. To me, he's a complete back. He catches the ball well. He runs it. He runs it with power. He runs it with speed. He has the ability to make you miss. He's a complete back. When I say he runs with power, he is stout. He's not going to be a guy that you're going to one-man tackle very well and take him backwards. He's a really stout player.
Etling, they put the freshman in for Etling at the end last week, so I don't know, what do you anticipate there at quarterback?
Well, I don't know what to make of that. I certainly know that Etling laid on the ground a little bit after the last hit that he took before he came out of the game, but he looked fine on the sideline. So I don't know what to make of what happened in that last series. I know he's a good football player. He beat our football team last year as a starting quarterback, and you're preparing for an offense, certainly, what they run, and if there is any kind of change that takes place there or whatever would happen, it's going to be the same offense that we're going to have to defend, and the offense starts with the run game and with those running backs.
You've been without Sosa for essentially 4 of the last 8 quarters. What do you miss when he's not out there for you?
Well, Sosa is a very powerful and explosive kid, and at that position, that's very important to our defense. He's has the ability to be a playmaker and a very productive player, and when you take that away from your lineup, you lose that component. So. Fortunate that it happened in the first half, and we'll have him for a complete game and look forward to having him for a complete game.
Brett said it was Jake Hall's best game, so apparently he did okay in relief. What did you make of his play?
He did. You know, Jake plays with extreme effort, and he's an urgent guy. He plays fast. Motor is nonstop. He did some good things from a technical standpoint and made some things happen both in the run game and the pass game. The last 2 pass plays of the game, he was heavily involved in the pressure. It was a whole group of them on the 3rd down play. All 4 of them built a circle around the quarterback, but the last play he took the offensive tackle right into the quarterback and created the incompletion. And with that and all he did, he was able to earn our MVP honors.
Have you ever coached a game in Tiger Stadium?
You happen to have a No, only coached against them one time.
That would make it-
2008 Auburn. I think both of us were top 10. ESPN Game Day was there. It was a big game. We brought a pass rush. We brought a blitz late in the first half, and the quarterback was throwing this way with the ball, and the pressure came, and the ball went this way, and hit a guy on a dead run for a touchdown right at the end of the first half by accident. And that was a turning point in the game, and they ended up winning a close game. It's the only time I've ever played against them.
That's kind of a storied stadium.
Mm-hmm.
Looking forward to going there.
Very much so.
Maybe that's a dumb question.
No, very much so. Very much so. We don't go on many family trips without stopping by a stadium when we have a chance. Thank you. And I've never seen it, never been there. So, yeah, I'm very much looking forward to it.
Any more questions? Yeah, just making sure why we're doing this.
This has been a good volley today, back and forth between you two.
That was a 2008 game, right?
Yeah, 2008.
That's what you remember very well.
Yeah.
It looked like your guys, the DBs, were in position.
They were.
So many of those fades and stuff. Is it just technique to turn it back? Or?
Combination of technique and I want to give Coastal Carolina a lot of credit for some of those plays. If you go back and look at the tape preceding that game, there weren't a lot of balls and thrown and caught at that level, and they executed at a very high level on Saturday on a number of those throws. But timing of when you look, timing of when you punch. Let's just take one play for specifically. The fade to start the second half on Henry. They're chicken fighting, if you will, and the ball falls in there. before Ray has a chance to do what we call become offense and look for the ball. And because of the timing of the bodies, he never even has that chance, and the receiver doesn't either, and the ball just drops in perfectly, and he's able to make the catch. So sometimes as a corner, you got to have a short memory and realize some of those throws and catches are going to happen. We certainly don't like 3 of them happening on one drive, and about 6 of them happen over the course of the whole game.
You mentioned Andy, he was the only offensive coordinator that was with Rhoads over finals last year. Kind of, what's his reputation in the business? What do you think of him?
What I know is what I see on film right now, and it's a very interesting concept what they do with all the shifts, all the motions. They try to unsettle you. They try to get your eyes where they're not supposed to be, try to get you out of alignment, try to get you out of a leverage, and then take advantage of it from there. They challenge you. They challenge you in your preparation, and based on what I've seen, he does a very good job.